The fear of not having a season shocked me. Like, it really hit me hard. Then when they said, oh, we got a season, I would take anything. 6 games, 2 games, 4 games, just take anything. Football means a lot. It really changed my life. Without football, I don't know what I would be doing.
A season during a pandemic in what was once the most dangerous city in America. Today on NFL Films presents.
If you are looking for the easy way out, take off your helmet, hand it to me, I will shake your hand and wish you well. This is not the place for the easy way.
I mean, I've been an East Camden kid, born and bred my whole life. I mean, in Camden, it's tough, right? Take my situation. My father, he was a football star at Camden High. Every time he came around, we were like the happiest kids in the world. And then we just wouldn't see him again. You know, my mom became a user, so I seen all the biggest drug dealers come in and out of my house. My sister had a baby at 17. My brother did like 11 years in prison. My younger brother was murdered. We just one family. It's just multiple families dealing with more or worse.
In a normal year at Woodrow Wilson High School, resources are few, and trying to compete is tough. After COVID struck, hitting Camden harder than most any other area in the state, it became almost impossible. But if the players are searching for inspiration, they need to look no further than their head coach.
My mother was what you call the cook-up lady in the hood. So she was the woman who transitioned powder form cocaine to crack for drug dealers. If you ever seen New Jack City, that scene, I saw it so many times just in my own kitchen. Well, I knew it wasn't gonna be my life because my mom told me it wasn't. Your ass is going to school, you're gonna get an education, you're gonna go to college. Make it out of Camden, leave, and don't ever come back.
I remember being 11 years old. I had no lights in the house. We was running a lamp to the neighbor's house just so we can see at night, just to do homework. And I remember one day my mom couldn't afford to buy me 6 composition notebooks, and the teacher asked me why didn't I have it. So I gave it a reply my mom gave. I can't afford that. And my teacher said, well, you know what, Preston Brown, you're gonna be dead or in jail before you're 18 years old. I launched a chair across the room. I was the kid that had the bad attitude, that was angry, that was upset, that I would fight people at the drop of a dime. And I found a game of football.
A drug dealer on my corner was like, yo, man, you got some skills. I'ma sign you up for football out in PYAA. Don't tell them you from Camden or they're not gonna let you play. Because they stopped letting Camden kids play out there because some of them was causing trouble. They were starting fights and stuff. Get out there, everybody loves me. So this dude that was taking me every day to practice because he sold drugs right in front of my house, he got locked up. And I was like, damn, how am I gonna get there? And I remember the coach, Coach Rob Davis. He was like, hey son, I gotta talk to you. And I just walked away from him. I just started walking to the corner with all my stuff on, like, it's over. They found out.
I said, I tell you what. I said, I'll give you a ride to practice. I said, you have to be on this corner at this particular time because I'm not going to go down the street to your house. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to do all that.
I had like this overwhelming like thing of joy, like, wow. I thought it was about to be over for me.
And so he was on that corner every day. Never had to wait. He was on that corner every day. And we've been together ever since.
Preston Brown became a football star at Woodrow Wilson High School and graduated second in his class with a 1,300 SAT score.
So I had like a full ride to like 7 Ivy League schools, like Stanford, Notre Dame, like all these schools was recruiting me. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna go far away. I ain't never coming back.
Brown went to Tulane from 2003 to 2007. He was a star student, an all-conference receiver, and team captain. He was invited to camp with both the Jets and the Bills, but did not make the roster. He played with several startup leagues, and in 2009, his last stop was the UFL. His offensive coordinator was former receiving great and longtime coach, Wes Chandler.
I'm sitting down with Wes. I was like, man, I just need to know something. I said, bro, I've been chasing this dream for like 4.5, like almost 5 years. Do you think I have what it takes to play and be like a professional at this position? He said, absolutely 100%. He said, I don't know if that's what God has in store for you. He was like, but I do know this.
Somebody make a play, please.
You picked this offense up better than guys that I coached in it for 6-7 years. Rechannel that energy and take everything I taught you and go teach it to some young dudes back home.
In 2012, Woodrow Wilson football went 0-10, and the city of Camden hit bottom 2.
It was also a time where the K-12 educational system was listed in the bottom 1% of the entire state of New Jersey.
We were recognized as the #1 most dangerous city, the #1 for the highest violent crime, the #1 for poverty, all the #1s that no one wants to be recognized for.
It compelled me to say, who the hell is gonna be the change? Who's gonna make the change happen? Like, it gotta be me.
In 2015, Brown was named Woodrow Wilson head coach.
I was making sure everybody was in academic standing. I was also making sure that we was running the nutrition program right. I was paying for breakfast like $200 every Saturday. I was making sure that I was in the weight room, everybody was there on time. Daylight saving times hit, you're only getting maybe 45 minutes of practice time. We don't have no lights.
Coach Brown means a lot to me. He's the one that's put me in a position to succeed.
Learned so much from him. Every day in practice, there's always something new to learn.
Football is like more than a sport. It's just teaching about life and me growing.
I remember making a Facebook post saying that one of the ultimate fulfillments of my life is to have the opportunity to lead my alma mater to a championship. And some people put like LOL, like this team has been so bad, like you talking championship? I'm like, no, we're gonna win a championship and we're gonna do it in a way that nobody ever expected us to do it.
And the day I got this job, I told the team that we was gonna host this trophy at one point in time. It took us 4 years, but you came and sealed the deal.
Woodrow Wilson was champs in 2018 and 2019.
Best feeling ever. Best feeling ever. I just remember Coach Preston just celebrating, splashing water everywhere. It just felt so good.
There are dudes that I grew up with that were on that original Facebook post that are Wilson alumni that come to every single game. And you know what they say? Man, bro, I don't know how you did it.
For Preston coming back, for being here, for showing the young men of Camden that he was able to succeed here, not only for the young men who play, are they enthused, seeing a role model in him? I think it's for young people in general in Camden.
You know, historically, parents would tell their children, leave this city. Now it's a different story. You guys have a future and you are the future and you're part of the Camden Renaissance. And now we're celebrating a lot of victories.
Graduation rates have improved. Crime has gone down, and new businesses have arrived, trying to be winners too.
We want everybody to be champions. That's the mentality that we're trying to push out into the community.
You wanna know what sacrifice is? Coach Rob, that's sacrifice. You know why? He lost his youngest son, buried him just last week, and he still made a reason to be here for all of you.
Yeah, my son was murdered in the city. And that's about all I'm gonna say about that. And so, we need football. We need the activity. We need it to happen because a lot of things happen around here. Since I've been here, we've buried like 4 players. You don't have that at other schools.
I lost Dalquise first, and then I lost Sincere. It hurt, both times hurt. It hurt bad. I don't really know how to explain it, but it made me want to go harder.
You know, there's Jameer Bullard, there's Dwayne Barfield, there's Dalquise Young, there's Alex Medina, Sincere Howard. Like, each one of those kids, like, I treated them as if they were my own son. And, you know, I've had numerous young people change their lives as a result of other people losing theirs. I just make sure that I tell those stories to the current young people. I got to know this young man that wore this jersey right here. He never complained. He wasn't a starter. He played his ass off every single moment. Every moment. I want y'all to remember, man, life is precious. Don't ever take no moment for granted and give it your all every moment you have, all right?
You can never forget the kids that you've lost. Like, it's horrible. But at the same time, like, it's really, he's doing such good work. It's unbelievable. He's a true mentor. I can't be successful as a police chief keeping crime down if it's not for people like Preston.
Policing in Camden, like the city itself, has a long and tumultuous history.
Camden was an economic and industrial powerhouse. So you get to the 1950s, you had African Americans moving up here from the South for better opportunities in the North, looking for better jobs, looking for better housing, looking for better schools. During the late 60s, early 70s, the industrial bottom fell out. Not only were jobs being lost to the suburbs, but white residents were being lost to the suburbs. When whites moved out, landlords didn't keep up the homes in the same way. African Americans and Puerto Ricans were really kind of sectioned off in parts of the community where the housing stock wasn't great. They weren't able to get well-paying jobs as they did in the past. The civil rights movement was taken home. Blacks were angry. Tensions started to brew. Protests, demonstrations started to happen in Camden for equal rights for people of color. But the real tipping point was 1971, where what we're seeing now happened then. A Puerto Rican man was savagely beaten by officers in the Camden Police Department, and a riot took place in Camden that really kind of sealed Camden's fate for decades, and I would even say to this point now. Camden burned for 3 days.
When you talk about defunding the police, that's a new term that I heard this year. In essence, we were defunded in 2011. Half of the police department got laid off. You had a 30% absentee rate. Violent crime just started to escalate. We were the most violent city in America. The only thing that was on pace with us was a third world country. Honduras.
We eliminated the Camden Police Department as it existed. Camden County established a Camden County Metro Police Department.
But you had to apply to get a job. So I had to fill out a 65-page application. I had to go to a psychiatrist and get a psychological exam. And I had 22 years on the job.
We made a conscious decision to change the paradigm of policing in the city.
We'll have a Mr. Softy ice cream truck. We do pop-up barbecues. The whole purpose is for us to be able to interact. The community needs to get to know its officers. The officers need to get to know the community. This way, when there is an emergency situation, there's a trust.
For days, scenes of American cities engulfed in flames and tension. But in striking contrast, moments of police and protesters uniting around the country. And in Camden, New Jersey, a city plagued by high crime rates and social inequality, another powerful moment of solidarity as Camden Police Chief Joseph Wysocki marched with protesters.
On Saturday, when we started the march, Yolanda started the chant, "Black Lives Matter." And then she looked at me and said, "Sorry." And then she started to chant, "All lives matter." And what happened next, Yolanda?
I looked at the chief, because I didn't want him to think that I was a racist person. And he looked at me and he was like, no. And he threw up his fist and he started chanting Black Lives Matter and it's fine. And he looked at me and said, it's fine, you know? And then in that moment, I trusted him and I knew for a fact that he was walking with us in solidarity.
Trust is a powerful word. Thank you both so much.
Yeah.
Wishing you all continued grace, and thank you for the example you gave our nation.
Thank you.
Talk to you later, Chief.
It was a moment I thought I would never see in Camden. There was international press.
I appreciate all the accolades that Camden got. We're not there yet. That's just a game that we won on that day.
In 2020, Camden faced a new challenge. COVID shut down the city. There were fresh wounds and few places where they could heal.
I just want to take this time to thank all you guys that sent me a message or contacted me and my family through this hard time. It's really, really important to me, okay? I'm out here for you guys. You guys is all I got left now. We gotta go get this. You understand? This season is different, but so are we. You understand that? Thank you.
Bro, I didn't know we were gonna play, bro. It's crazy.
We here though, man. As real as it get.
In 2020, Woodrow Wilson's makeshift schedule pitted them against some of the biggest and best programs from the affluent South Jersey suburbs.
I don't know why you came here. Did you come for the turf field and lights? We don't have that. Did you come for the great squeaky clean locker room? We don't have that. Did you come for these? They don't get those out today. The only thing we have is each other. All we need is each other. Does everybody understand that? Yes, Coach. Titans, are you ready? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Up the sideline. Oh. Shawnee on the board, they get a bomb drop. Renegades have all the confidence.
Wilson looks kind of dejected right now.
We had some mistakes. All right, the coaches got with you, they corrected them. You can't get nothing back from the first half. Let's play our brand of football, okay? And let's finish it strong right here and dominate the rest of the game.
Barton with the handle. He's looking. There's pressure. He don't feel it. Oh! That's what you do. Tiger.
Hey, defense, right now, right now.
Here we go. This is it. That's all she wrote. Thanks for coming out, folks.
And the Mighty Tigers have won it. And the Mighty Tigers have pulled it off.
They can't do what we do over here.
It wasn't the prettiest, right? We made some mistakes, we created some turnovers, but at the end of the day, the Tigers prevailed.
2020 was a one-of-a-kind journey for both the city of Camden and Woodrow Wilson football. COVID concerns ended the season after 6 games. There were setbacks. There were triumphs. And it was hard to know how to feel about any of it.
Winning is not an easy thing. It is very hard to do when you play good football team. We should be excited. I don't understand why we're not excited.
Woodrow Wilson finished the year 3-3. For the seniors, it was a tough way to go out.
Damn, this really my last year.
Really
I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm looking for family. Family is the most important thing to me. Like Wilson, family.
The end of their high school careers is also a new beginning.
My goal is to go to college so I can learn. I want to learn. I'm worried about education more than I'm worried about football.
And for those who are returning, the future is bright.
I have 10 scholarship offers. Texas A&M, Maryland, Rutgers, Virginia Tech, West Virginia.
Texas A&M, Penn State, Maryland, Florida, Florida State, South Carolina, North Carolina.
I just love seeing the look on those young kids' faces and the parents on National Signing Day feeling the way that my mom felt. You know, knowing that you may not have the resources, you know, financially to do everything right now, but your child's gonna be able to go and get a free education and like be like a great, productive citizen in life. Now I could be anywhere in the world working, doing whatever I wanted to do. You know, my two-lane education afforded me that opportunity, but I really understand like what my purpose is, and it's with young people.